He went from 5 deals to 80 deals in a very short period of time, started his real estate career at the age of 21, and now he's almost ready to start his own team. Yes, today we'll be talking to Suki Sekhon, a local real estate agent from Vancouver market. Suki has shared so many golden nuggets with us in this video, so you want to stay until the end for the whole thing. If this is your first time on the channel, my name is Singh with eXp Realty. I work with the realtors to scale up their social media presence and get more leads and get more business done in the real estate. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment with your feedback. So without any further ado, let's go and talk to Suki now. Hey, welcome, Suki. Thank you, brother. Thank you for taking the time out. And for the people who don't know who Suki Sekhon is, can you please take 2 minutes and introduce yourself? Like, what do you do, where are you from, and a little bit about yourself, please.
Yeah, so my name's Suki, born and raised in Surrey, BC. I'm a realtor here in the Fraser Valley and Greater Vancouver area. Been a realtor for 4 years now, just entering my 5th year. I'm 25 years old, and over the last 2 years, I've done about 80 transactions in total.
Wow, 80 transactions in total. That's very good. So when did you start, Suki? Like when was the first year in the industry, and what was the influence for you to become a real estate agent? Like how did it all started?
I got licensed in October of 2018, but I didn't full-time enter real estate until about January of 2019, which
Okay.
is a completely different market in itself. But what kind of inspired me to get my license, I was a student. I was working a kind of a standard job, making decent money for a 19-year-old. But I was a student at school. I was studying at Simon Fraser University, and it kind of just hit me that this is not what I want my life to look like in the future. This is not the direction that I want to go into. So I kind of did a deep dive analysis into kind of who I am and what I kind of like, what my interests are, what my opportunities are, where I can kind of make money, all those kind of things. Took that into account, and then kind of found my calling, which was real estate. And now that I think about it, think about my whole life up to now, I think my calling was real estate. So I decided to get my real estate license, took the exam, and haven't looked back ever since.
That is good, man. That is very, very good. What did you do to scale your business, like to take that quantum leap to go to the next level? What did you do? How did that happen?
Well, part of it I think was market timing for sure, but the first 2 years in real estate, I did a lot of kind of prospecting, built myself up as a realtor, my understanding of the real estate industry, knowledge, all that kind of came into effect. So it wasn't as if my first 2 years I wasn't doing anything. I think I saw the results in my first 2 year and the third year. But in the third year, I kind of put it all together, connected all the dots, played the kind of the puzzle, and I was able to leverage everything I kind of learned and use it all at once and applied that and kind of just ran straight through everything. But number one thing I would say is schedule, and surrounding myself around the right people. But schedule is very, very important. If you don't have a schedule, you're going to kind of be all over the place. So know what you're doing and do it accordingly.
And so let's talk about goals, schedule, and mindset. I guess those three things kind of work in a conjunction with each other. So how do you see those three things: goals, schedule, and mindset?
So schedule is very important, as I said. Without a schedule, you're going to be very, very lost. You're not going to know what to do. You're going to kind of wake up in the day, but everything's going to be kind of blurry. And you're not going to know what to do. So
Yeah.
schedule is very, very important. You're going to time your day and make sure you're doing those tasks when needed. And mindset kind of falls into that. If you don't have the mindset to obtain the skills, you're not going to do what you need to do. Let's say you need to make a call and you don't have the skills and you're not in the right mindset. You're not going to make that call,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So making those calls is more of a mindset skill-based thing instead of an actual fear of making the call.
100%. No, that totally makes sense. And so, what keeps you motivated? Like, what keeps you going every single day? Because real estate is a tough business. It's lonely, it's tough, lots of rejection, lots of negativity sometimes as well. So, what keeps Suki motivated every single morning? What keeps you going?
Well, real estate's a never ending game. You can always do something. You can always get better. You can always be better. So that's one thing for me. I know I could do better and I could be better.
Yeah.
So I always have the opportunity to kind of get better at myself. I don't want to stay in one place. And that's why real estate is kind of the industry for me. But other than that, I would say my family, my future, and my dreams. If I don't I just know what I can do and where I want to go, and what I need to do. So if I don't do those things, I'm not going to have what I want. So it's kind of an, I guess you could say that's my why and that's my driving force, and it keeps me motivated.
No, 100%. I guess everybody needs a strong why in order to succeed, I believe, because if you don't know what's your why, because motivation, I guess, can only last for a little bit. It's not gonna, help you in the long run. So if you know your whys, definitely you can work on your, that ignite thing that can keep you going every single day. So
That keeps
100%.
that fire going.
Totally. Thank you, Suki. Appreciate you sharing all that. So, knowing what you know now, what would you do if you have to start from scratch today with the knowledge and the education that you have today? What would you do different?
I would find a mentor. Number one thing is find a mentor. You could fast track your career by 5 years by getting the right mentor and following the right person in any industry that you're in, be it sales, real estate
Hmm.
development, whatever it may be. Find the mentor, work with that person. You can fast track your career by doing so. And if I was starting from scratch, that's what I would do. But another thing that I would do is make content on social media. Social media is huge. You could leverage yourself and social media to get impressions and views and advertise yourself to thousands of people without paying a dollar. You could spend $500 on a bus bench, maybe a few people see that bus bench. But if you're a new agent and you're making content on social media, thousands of people can do it because there's not that many people doing it.
100%.
Um,
Yeah, no, totally right. So social media can definitely play a huge role in today's day and market that we are. Where do you see yourself in next 5 years? What's the plan for Suki to go in the future?
Well, I'm starting to build out my team now. So the last 4 years, I've been a solo agent, just working kind of the industry by myself. And as I see myself helping more clients, helping more people with their real estate goals, I definitely see myself being around a team, and I know that I need to be around a team to serve my clients better. So I see myself in 5 years running a top 1% team. That is my goal. Be top 1% in the Fraser Valley, doing kind of what I'm doing in my industry or by myself, but on a higher scale. So I guess you could say where I see myself is running a top 1% team, and then having a family, having kids, starting a family, having kids, kind of growing in life in that regard. I also see myself coaching agents,
Nice.
teaching new agents that coaching agents, helping them fast track their career, being that mentor, I guess you could say. Obviously, I've been through the grind, so I kind of
100%.
have that area of expertise, I guess you could say. And then, kind of one of my childhood dreams is developing properties. So, slowly starting to put my foot in that door, get my foot wet a little bit.
That is very cool. So you started very young. I guess you were like 20, 21. You said when you got your license, and that's a very young age to start in a real estate profession because not many people take you serious at that age, right? And
For sure.
there are still many agents out there who are young and they're 19, 20s. They want to become a real estate agent, but their only fear is that people are not gonna trust on them because their age is a factor. That's what they think. But you've been through that. What would you say somebody who's in the similar age bracket and thinking to get started, but that's their mental block right now? What's your advice?
Well, I would say first things first, surround yourself with the right people and join the right brokerage.
Hmm.
That will help your confidence a lot. And if you know you're around realtors or people that are doing business, then you're going to it's a kind of an abundance mindset. You'll be kind of in that same mindset and you'll be wanting to do the same. You will be doing the same. So surround yourself by the right people and join the right brokerage. And another thing is to learn the real estate industry and make sure you understand what you're talking about. If
Yeah.
you are confident with what you are saying, it will show. Clients will see that, people will see that, the public will see that. Doesn't matter about your age. If you know what you're doing, someone could be in the industry 30 years, but you might know more than that person will because times have changed, because things have changed. That person might be in that same mindset, might be doing the same thing that they were doing 30 years ago. The world isn't the same anymore. So if you can come in and kind of learn everything and join the industry and have an understanding of the market, it'll show when you talk to the public.
100%. Yeah, no, definitely. Your confidence is, I guess, the confidence comes with the knowledge. If knowing the right thing, what to say, where to say, definitely puts you in a better place.
And be genuine, be happy. If that shows, people will see if you're genuine, you're happy, and you really like what you're doing. You're not just being greedy and kind of doing things for the wrong reason. Then it'll show, and business will just come.
No, I totally agree. I think being yourself, being honest, and being transparent is the biggest factor because people are smart, man. You can pretend to be somebody that you're not for a little bit, but at some point, when people can smell the BS, right? So just be yourself. Now,
For sure.
so Suki, the market is changing. Definitely what we have seen the last few months, market is shifting, and lots of agents, they are feeling a bit demotivated right now because the volume is definitely down. Deals are happening, but the volume is definitely low. What would you advise someone in this market who's feeling demotivated, who's feeling like they are kind of almost running out of the game? What's your
Sure.
advice to them?
Go harder, double down on what you're doing and what works for you. So if door knocking is something that works, double down. The last 2 years you needed to talk to 10 people to get one client, talk to 20, talk to 30. So double down, triple down on what works with what you're doing. And market is changing. Yes, agents are going to quit. Let's say you're one of 10 agents, and out of those 10 agents, 5 agents quit. Great, less competition for you. If you can show that you're one of those people that could survive this market, and you know what you're doing, you have the skills to kind of maneuver through this market. 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, when the market does change and we do have a strong market again, or a better market, I guess you could say, because the market is very, very strong right now. You
Mm-hmm.
will be one of those agents that's killing it. You'll be at the top, and you'll be the person that people go to. Go out and show why you're better. Definitely go harder and double down on what works.
I guess right now is not the time to quit. It's that double down on your efforts, as you said. I agree 100% with the Suki. It's time to double down on the efforts. It's time to find out what's working for you, what's not. What's not working, just move that out, and whatever is working for you, just double down on that. So that's the way to go right now, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, and Suki, why did you join EXP? I guess you were with some other brokerage before the EXP. EXP was like the
Yes.
first brokerage. What attracted you towards the EXP, and how does EXP help in your business to the point where you are right now?
Well, again, so I kind of 10x my business, I guess you could say, from my previous brokerage to with EXP. But one of the things that attracted me or wanted me to join EXP was the opportunity with different avenues to make money, being around top producing agents, abundance kind of mindset,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole EXP model, the structure. It was really kind of being a young agent, seeing kind of the opportunity or the how the model I could take advantage of the model in the next 5-10 years. It was absolutely eye-opening. So those were kind of the reasons why I joined EXP. And then obviously being in the right group, as I said, being in the right group at the right brokerage is very, very important. And I kind of saw that opening here with EXP, and that's one of the reasons why I joined.
And now, for someone who's not in the real estate, but they're thinking about getting the real estate, maybe somebody's thinking about getting their license right now, or someone new who just started in the last couple of months, and now the market is shifting, and again, everything is slowing down. What is your advice for a newer agent who's in the market, or who's just thinking about entering the market? What do you want to say to them?
Surround yourself with the right people and join the right brokerage. Learn the real estate industry. Real estate is not easy. It's
Mhm.
simple, but it's not easy. You do the basics, you do the fundamentals, and it's a very, very repetitive. You do those day in, day out, you will find success. So if you are brand new, know your numbers, know what works, prospect, and again, be happy and genuine. Real estate is not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Repetitive, boring actions will lead to success.
And that's very powerful. The more people you talk to, as you were mentioning, the more people you would talk to, more chances you would have to, get more leads and more contracts done, and that's the way to go.
For
So,
sure. What I learned through other agents is at first, once you're a new agent, you might have to talk to 100 people to get one deal. But as you develop the skills and the know how of the real estate industry,
mhm.
then you might not have to talk to 100 people. You might only need to talk to 10 people. But going from 100 to 10 might take you 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So it's a skills game, but at the end of the day, it's a numbers game as well. So know your numbers, and as you get better, then your profit margin, I guess you could say, increases.
For sure, yeah. Plus, also, you got to upgrade yourself every single day. You got to upgrade your skills. You got to sharpen your skills. Your role play, scripts, everything. You got to, the better you will get at your craft, the more you're, successful you'll be in the real estate.
For sure.
Yeah. Now, are you a reader? Do you read books? Do you listen to books, podcasts? What do you do?
100%. Yeah. I read books and I listen to podcasts both. Yeah.
Perfect. If you recommend one or two books, what books do come to mind?
The book that I think is really important, especially now going into the market and being in the market that we're in, is called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. That is the book that I would recommend every single person to read, regardless of what industry you're in. And it's kind of an eye-opening book. It just in general life, I think it's a really, really good rule to follow. So again, that's The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson.
Yeah, I know that's a beautiful book. I read that book about 3 years ago. So it really gives you that, yeah, slight edge as a title says. So it's a definitely great book. And what kind of podcast do you listen to?
So when I started out real estate, I was actually spending like 7 or 8 hours a day just listening to a podcast. So that podcast at the time, what I was listening to was called the Bigger Pockets Real Estate Podcast.
Yeah.
Amazing. It talks about so many different avenues of real estate investing, development. So you learn lots, and you can learn very quickly. So that's one I would recommend. Another one that I would recommend that's more localized is the Vancouver Real Estate Podcast, and they
Yes.
talk about kind of topics that are just happening right now in our industry, in our market. So you can kind of localize there and kind of dial in.
Both very, very good podcasts. Yeah. So perfect. Thank you so much, Suki. We appreciate you giving us the time. Do you want to share your number and just like what areas you are in? So if people want to contact you, just for the real estate transactions or mentoring, or if they want to talk to you, what number or what email? So if you want to share.
For sure, you can reach me on Instagram at Suki Sekhon. Again, it's SUKISEKHON, or you can call or text me at 778-321-5900.
Perfect. Thank you, Suki. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Awesome, Nav. Thank you very much.